Hi, I'm Helene Fletcher, and as promised, I'm here today to share with you my 5-step process to go from feeling blah, depressed, out of control, to feeling vibrant and healthy 7 days a week. And I call my system BIKE so that, not so much as an acronym, but as an analogy, because we all remember when we were little and we wanted to learn how to ride a bike, and you jumped on that bike, and what's the first thing that happened? You fell off the bike. And, it took several times for you to get on the bike where you didn't fall off and that you could ride comfortably. Well, I understand about riding a bike, and I want to relate it to my life story. As a teenager, I fell off my bike, and that's when I became anorexic, about 16 years old. And my life was out of control at that point, and I thought the only way I could get it in control was to do that through food. And so over the course of a year, I lost weight from 130 pounds down to about 89 pounds. And so clearly I was way out of control. And thankfully, my family stepped in at that point, and they helped me realize where I was, and I changed my eating and my exercise behavior so that I got back to a normal weight. But my journey wasn't over yet, and I fell off the bike a couple more times in my life, and that's why I developed this system. And I'm happy to say today that today I feel healthy and vibrant 7 days a week, and I want to share the system with you as an individual or a small business owner, because it's so important to have that healthy, vibrant lifestyle. So let me start with sharing my 5-step process as I relate it to the parts of a bike. The first part of my process is the emotions and the beliefs, which I relate to the wheel of the bike, which is crucial. And in my journey, my emotions and my beliefs in anorexia were not solid. My belief was I could control food, my life through food, and I didn't believe I was worthy unless I was thin. So those weren't a good foundation. And then my thoughts came in, which told me that I wasn't good enough. I wasn't good enough unless I achieved this goal. And so my thoughts did not support my beliefs. And then my behaviors also were out of control. And my behaviors were things like, really starving my body of food, as well as obsessive exercise. I used to exercise 2 hours a day, running up and down the steps in my home. So my behaviors became very much out of control. Now, the next thing I want to share with you isn't part of my 5-step process, but I want to make the point about how important it is to get a handle on these things before you can move on. Let me share with you another story. I met a woman who had been having weight problems all her life, and she, went to the doctor. He said, you have to lose weight. You're very unhealthy. So she went to see a dietitian, and the dietitian put her on a exercise and meal plan, and she started to lose weight. And at a certain point, she said to the lady, she said, listen, I'm usually pretty good until I hit about 200 pounds. And after 200 pounds, I really don't lose weight because bad things start to happen. Well, true to form, the dietitian didn't really pick up on what she was saying, and the lady hit 200 pounds and then began to gain weight. And so the point I'm trying to make is that she didn't get a handle. We didn't get into the emotions, beliefs, thoughts, and behaviors that had gotten her into trouble and had her fall off the bike. So it's really, really important to start here before you go on to step 4. Step 4 is where we get into food and we start to really grease the chain of our bike and give our body nourishing food that works for you as the person to make you healthy and vibrant. And finally, we want to make sure that we put our foot in the pedal and we put action into our life, and that's through exercise. But more importantly, exercise that you love, because we don't want it to be a chore. We want it to be something that you as a person love to do. So that's my 5-step process to take you from feeling blah to feeling healthy and vibrant 7 days a week. Now, who is this for? Well, the who is you as an individual, but also we want to, for small business owners, this is really a great system to help keep people feeling healthy and vibrant, which is really important to your business. So what are we working on in this 5-step process? For the you, it is the blah. And the blah, again, is that emotion, being angry, sad, depressed. Any emotion is where we start with this process. And if you're feeling that way, your blah, you're out of control. Your life starts to go out of control. And so you want to make sure that we deal with the loss of control. And when you're out of control, everything around you is out of control. And so it affects your family, your friends, your work, all of that. And so we want to make sure we deal with that. And if you're affecting there, then over time, stress takes a tremendous toll on your body, and you get ill. And if you're ill for a long period of time, you can become disabled. And in some cases, death is a risk of living this way. And so certainly, we don't want to have that. Businesses, I think it's really important to understand the what for a business. If people are in this state of feeling blah or sick or disabled, what an impact that has on your business. First thing that would happen is your productivity would not be what it should be. If people don't come to work engaged and energized, they're not going to be as productive. Again, depending on what happened this morning, maybe you had an argument with your spouse, or you weren't, you just were in traffic. That affects, your focus and how you're feeling, and it increases the risk of injury. If I'm feeling sick all the time and I'm tired, I'm more likely to call out, and so that there's an increase in sick time to the business. A lot of times when people are unhappy in their life, whatever's going on, they tend to externalize it. And they think, if I change jobs, it'll be better. The next job will be better for me. So you tend to have a higher turnover rate. Unhappy customers, because if I'm not happy, I'm not going to go out of my way to ensure that your happiness as a customer. And all of this is a huge cost to your business. And so you want to make sure that the what is being addressed, so that you don't have the cost going out to injury and sick time or unemployment or anything like that. So that is the what of the system that we're trying to help address. The why we want to do this 5-step process is because of the results that you'll get. And so when you're talking about the individual, the process is going to let them do something in their life that is going to change their life dramatically. And in the process, the 5-step process, they're going to learn how to find those things, those emotions, that blah, and find out why it is they're feeling that way. And when they find it, they can release it. They can get rid of that emotional trap that they're in. And in the 5-step process, I will also teach them how to process emotions. So many of us, things like anger and sadness, we stuff those down. We don't want to feel those. Those are not good feelings, so we ignore them and we stuff them. But what happens is they get stuck in the body and they continue to make us sick. So I teach you how to process those. And once we're kind of there, you remember the thoughts, the deflating thoughts, we're going to change those, and we're going to make it inflated, life-affirming thoughts that keep you moving in the right direction. And when all that's in place, then we'll look at your behaviors. What are you doing that isn't supporting all those good thoughts now? We want to have good behaviors that are supportive of where you're trying to go. Once we're there, now we're starting to engage in life, and we have healthier relationships with people, healthier work environment. Things are going much better for us. And guess what? Every day when we wake up, you wake up in the morning, you are feeling vibrant and healthy. Now, business owners, can you imagine if you had you know, all your employees, all your yous coming to work like that, what that would mean to you? Well, let me show you what that would mean to you. Happy workplace. Who doesn't want a happy workplace? And when you have a happier workplace, people are engaged, and you know they're doing their work, they're productive, they're engaged in what they're doing. And guess what? They're going to stay doing what they're doing. So your retention will remain good. People will be staying on. When people stay on, they're better trained. They take better care of your customers. And the happy customer keeps coming back and shopping with you. So now your employees are actually doing what they're meant to do. You're investing in them, and they're investing in you. And so now, instead of throwing money out the window with things like sick time and unemployment, which, by the way, can cost you quite a bit of money, now you can take that money that you were throwing out the window before and reinvest it in your business. And I think that's a wonderful thing. So I use that bike system to show you how to go from feeling blah and depressed to feeling healthy and vibrant 7 days a week. I want to help you feel happy, vibrant, and healthy like me 7 days a week. So won't you join me on the bike and on the path to your vibrant health? Give me a call, 410-437-3325, or send me an email at Helene, Helene, @stcnutrition.com. Because just like riding a bike, once you learn, you'll always know how to do it. Thank you.